financial independence and women. आई एम श्योर आपको ऐसा बहुत बार अपनी लाइफ में लगा होगा कि यदि आप फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट होती, आपके पास फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम्स होता, तो आप लाइफ में वो बहुत कुछ कर पाती जो आप करना चाहती हैं. And before I delve into this topic of women and financial independence, I would like to share a small clip with you.
That women should be financially independent. It doesn't matter who your father is, it doesn't matter who your husband is going to be, it doesn't matter who your brother is, it doesn't matter who the man in your life is. You need to be responsible for your finances and be financially independent.
It said women should be financially independent. It doesn't matter who your father had been, it doesn't matter who your husband is, or it doesn't matter who your brother is. You need to be that woman who is financially independent. And this is what we are going to delve into this video: women's financial independence. And we are going to cover what is financial independence, why is it even important to be financially independent, and how can you create your financial independence. So before we delve into this topic of financial independence, let us understand at the ground level as to what does it even imply to be financially independent. Well, if we search on Wikipedia, it clearly says that financial independence is a state where an individual or a household has accumulated sufficient financial resources to cover its living expenses without having to depend on their active employment or work to earn money in order to maintain its current lifestyle. Please note, it is that you have already accumulated. Then it says these financial resources can be in form of investments or personal use assets, passive income, income generated from side jobs, inheritance, pension, and retirement income sources, and varied other sources. Another highlight from this is the concept of financial independence goes beyond just having enough money or wealth. Achieving financial independence gives freedom to make the best use of time to pursue your goals, your dreams, to help the citizens of the community to lead a life with purpose. Financial independence should give you that leverage that you can live a dream life, you can help others with their purpose. It's a state one has come to terms with the fact of having accumulated enough and have freed themselves with the shackles of debt and tendency to make poor financial decisions, and have transformed their relationships with money to make healthy financial choices. Gaining financial independence should not be confused with not having to work at all. Rather, financial independence gives you the freedom to choose to make choices at will, enabling individuals to achieve what matters the most while not having to worry about enough money. This is what I wanted to set the content. Even we start ahead, the context setting is very important when it comes to the content. And the context here on financial independence is that it should give us the leverage, it should give us that time that we can put it onto our dreams, we can put it on to some purpose wherein we genuinely want to help others. And the another aspect of financial independence is it is absolutely not working. If you think being financial independent is that you sit on some beaches sipping an orange juice, then no, my dear friends, this is not financial independence. It is that independence wherein you choose what you want to work without having to worry about the money that will feed in your necessities. So this is what is financial independence. Moving on to the next concept of what financial independence is all about, it is saying not just earning, but investing also, so that tomorrow it works for you, not you working for it, which is vice versa. So it is not just earning, but investing your earned money so that tomorrow your money works on itself to grow, to multiply, rather you thinking of means of multiplying your money. Invest once and forget it for all for few years. So this is what is financial independence. Now, moving on to the aspects of why even is financial independence important for women, and why am I here even discussing about a women's financial independence. Let's see what are the few reasons that are important that will help you to become financially independent, and why is it even important. So the very first one is, when you are financially independent, you have enough, not just for your necessities, but for your luxuries too. So that's the number one reason. The number two reason why you need to be financially independent is, I'm sure आपने सुना होगा ये बहुत बार, जिसका पैसा उसका decision. I'm sure in your family, or maybe at multiple opportunities, at multiple stances in life, you would have heard it, that this is my decision because I own the money. So you have the power of contributing in a decision if that money belongs to you. The third reason why should you be financially independent is definitely it gives you confidence. Fourth, a major chunk, when you are financially independent, it helps you to reduce that gender pay gap. I am sure if you are working in a corporate, or if you have been into a professional work environment during the appraisal season, time and again, you as a woman would have heard it multiple times that your male counterpart needs to be given a higher appraisal. Why? Not because he's more efficient in terms of caliber, not because he's contributing more in terms of his energy and time to the office, but because he is the bread earner of his family. And this is why you need to bring in that financial independence to break that gender pay gap. Because I strongly believe when you're putting in equal efforts, when you're putting in equal time, when you're putting in equal energy, just on the basis of your gender, or just for the basis of the fact that you're working for leisure, for your self-fulfillment, and a male counterpart is working to run the family, he should be given a higher appraisal. You need to call that out. The fifth reason why is financial independent even important. In many families, especially in tier 3 and 4 cities, it has been highly observed that a woman suffers non-stop due from the domestic abuses, and the violence escape is not there. How many of you would resonate to the story? How many of you would resonate to what I am talking? Comment in and say me. I am sure there are many women who suffer domestic abuses and they do not have an escape to go out of that violence. Why? Because they think they do not have money. They do not have money to take care of themselves. They do not have money to take care of their children. And they keep suffering that domestic abuse because that finance is lacking. Sixth reason why you should be financially independent, if you are a single parent, and if you are going through those challenges of single parenthood, then just imagine, had you been financially independent, I know this is a tough journey of being a single parent, but just think it other ways. Had you been financially independent, how comfortable this aspect of single parenthood would have been. This again calls for a stronger why you need to be financially independent. Seventh reason why you should be financially independent is be a role model to your children, irrespective of you have a daughter or irrespective of you have a son. Do not raise them that a son is supposed to run the finances and the daughter is supposed to run the family. No, you be a role model to your children and explain them that both the roles are important of bringing in finances and running the families, irrespective of whatever gender you are. Set a role model, set an example in front of your daughters, especially that my mom too had been a financially independent, strong woman. Set that example right up there for your daughters. And the eighth reason is definitely a no-brainer. If you are financially independent during your youth days, you have a safe and a secure old age, a safe and a secured retirement age. And the ninth reason is it definitely gives you lots of employment, lots of entrepreneurial opportunities. Because if you have earned enough from a profession that you are in, and parallelly, if you're saving enough, then you have a handsome amount collected that you can put into explore your entrepreneurial opportunities. So summing up right there, why should you even be thinking of a financial independence as a woman? First, it's not a necessity that you want to cater to, even you want to cater to your luxuries. You always have heard that jiska paisa uska decision. So if you have money, if you have financial independence, you always have a choice to spend. Definitely you can be confident you are always contributing to reducing the gender pay gap. If you're financially independent, you will never suffer the domestic abuse, and you will always have an easy escape from that violence. Parenthood, single parenthood journey will become smoother. At least this challenge won't be there. You can be a role model to your children if you are a financially independent woman, and your retirement would be safe, and you would have enough to try and explore entrepreneurial avenues. So these are few strong whys as to why should you be a financially independent woman. Now, if so far you have been liking or you have been resonating with this content so far, drop in that heart and do subscribe to my channel, because I help women become financially independent by turning their passions to profits. And if you want to know more onto it, then click on the link in my bio, the link to my masterclass. That's the first comment which I'll be pinning up under the comments. The first comment will be the link to my masterclass. Jump into my masterclass, register yourself, and I'll let you know how you can convert your passions to profit and be that financially independent woman. And now let us explore the how. How can you be a financially independent woman? There are two aspects of finances other than spending. The first is the earning aspect, and the second is the investment, the growing aspect. Let's talk about the earning aspect first of all. So, what are the ways wherein you can earn as a woman? First, definitely is an entrepreneurship. If you have that flavor of being your own boss and not working under somebody, but working with your own self as your own boss, then definitely explore entrepreneurship as an option. Start with small investments and then take it to next level. Second option wherein you can earn is freelancing. The third option is online content creation, YouTube videos. There are many options wherein you can monetize the content and you can be earning by the ads that run on YouTube. Fourth option is affiliate marketing. Very basic and the easiest option when it comes to affiliate marketing is as simple as Amazon. The products that you're using, if you have got a good experience, click on the affiliate marketing link that is there on the Amazon website, and you can understand what is their affiliate marketing program. This is a very simple tool that you can start using to earn your passive income. The next is monetizing your skills or hobbies. which I exclusively talk about in my masterclass, turning your passions, turning your skills, turning your hobbies to a profitable venture. And the sixth option wherein you can learn is creating your digital products like your ebooks, like your podcasts. And that's a very in trend kind of a thing that is going on, creating your digital products. So summing up, there these are the few ways wherein you can earn being an entrepreneur, being a freelancer, being an online content creator, an influencer, associating with some kind of affiliate marketing, monetizing your skills. This is where Joyous Women Hub comes into place, and creating your digital products. So these are the ways you can earn. Now let's look forward to investments. The very first aspect of financial investments is following a strict, rigorous financial discipline. See, being disciplined in any aspect of your life will definitely help you. But if you are equally disciplined when it comes to your finances, that will reap you a benefit in the longer run. I know there are few months wherein you can say that, your expenses were more. But if you allocate a specific budget for your financial investments and be very disciplined that no, I am not going to touch this X amount, that is where your financial discipline will reap benefits. In my previous videos, I had shared a story of richest man of Babylon, wherein I had covered a rule of 7 cures of a lean purse. It clearly tells that keeping aside 1/10 of your earnings, if you keep aside that 1/10 of your earnings and do not touch that for your expenses and invest it, then you will reap benefits in the coming days. Follow a strict financial discipline. Second, when it comes to investment is, what happens when our income increases. We as a human being have tendency of even increasing our expenses. We kind of believe that no, now this is my strata, this is my lifestyle, this is my standard, I need to maintain all this, and if this is an increase in my income level, let me parallelly increase my expenses. And what happens in this kind of a scenario, जो हमारी बेसिक नेसेसिटीज होती है ना, उनको तो हम फुलफिल कर ही रहे होते हैं, बट पैरेलली व्हाट वी डू, वो जो नए डिजायर्स बॉर्न होते हैं, हम उन नए डिजायर्स को भी एंड अप titling them as unnecessary expenses. And this is where that problem comes in. जब हम extra desires को we convert them as necessary expense because there's an increase in our income, we end up spending the entire increased amount. Just think it from the other aspect. Had you not, with the increase in your income, just think it that had you not spent that increased amount, that chunk of an increased amount, you would be having an increased chunk for your investments. So income बढ़ रहा है, good. उसके साथ अपने एक्सपेंसेस को इतना एक्सपोनेंशियली मत बढ़ा लो कि आपका इन्वेस्टमेंट अगर पहले इतना था तो वो इंक्रीज्ड इनकम के बाद भी इतना ही रहे. विद इंक्रीज्ड इनकम, थिंक ऑफ इंक्रीजिंग योर इन्वेस्टमेंट्स rather than increasing your expenses. This is what I would like to say here. And the third way of investing is, I see many women, they start with investing in mutual funds. Now what happens, हम कहते हैं कि ना स्टॉक मार्केट बड़ा वॉलेटाइल है, तो रिटर्न्स नहीं मिलते. नाउ हैव यू एवर ऑब्जर्व्ड कि वो वॉलेटाइल क्यों है? वो वॉलेटाइल आपको इसलिए लगता है बिकॉज यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग इन अ शॉर्टर ड्यूरेशन. आप उस शेयर को, उस म्यूचुअल फंड को, उसका एनालिसिस, आपका स्टडी का टाइम ही नहीं देते हो, एंड बिफोर दैट यू विड्रॉ दैट अमाउंट. सो अगर आपको जेन्युइनली उस मार्केट का, म्यूचुअल फंड का रिटर्न चाहिए, please do not invest with a short-term vision. If you want to reap benefits, a good percentage increment of your invested amount, I strongly recommend have a long-term vision. Short term के लिए invest करना, no point. Invest in long terms. You can explore FDs, but that's a very small percentage return that comes in. Mutual funds is a good option. Second option is investing in your gold coins. Third option is definitely investing in your own growth. That goes unsaid, and I do not compare that investment with any kind of financial investments. Always invest in your learning and development. And yes, if you have a good amount parked over the years, then you can definitely invest in some kind of real estate. So these are the few options that you can invest. And I keep sharing such content every Thursday, 11 a.m. So if you want to, have an idea as to women, as to financial independence, as to how you can generate your own finances, then do subscribe to Smile with Preeti Agrawal. There is a content every Thursday, 11 a.m. And if you have subscribed to my channel, let me know if you have any other queries that you would like me to have a content ready onto it. You can prepare, I can prepare, I can prepare that content. Share in the comments the questions that you would like me to answer you. I will definitely take up that question. And if you have got a fair idea as to why is financial independence important for women, what does being a financially independent woman mean, and what are the ways you can become a financially independent woman, then delay no further and put these into practice. With you in your journey to creating a joyous life, starting with financial independence. Cheers to motherhood. Cheers to joyous living. God bless. Thank you. Do not forget to subscribe and share this content with anybody who needs an insight on financial independence. Tune in next Thursday, 11 a.m.